The better you make it for your partner, the better you make it for the unit. Y'all, this was supposed to be a...
This is 100% true. I think a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people have this "what can you do for me" mentality. I'm not going to say it's most people. I'm just going to say it's a lot of people. A lot of people like to burden other people's stuff with their emotional damage, or their emotional history, or their financial burdens, their spiritual burdens. You know, the list goes on what other motherfuckers will burden you with. And this is not to say shit won't happen. Of course, it's life. We all know things happen. Things don't always turn out the way we planned or where we thought or where we envisioned. You know, like they say, if you want to hear God laugh, make a plan, or some phrase to that effect. I can't remember, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But there are some people who just don't want to get their shit together and want to burden everybody else with their problems. On top of them burdening everybody else with their problems, they'll keep manipulating you to deal with their problems while you and your self-care is on the back burner. They'll just keep going at you, and they'll wear you down until you're doing exactly what they want you to do, and you're at a certain point in time just living for them and not yourself. And for those who break out of that, what happens is when you do, all of a sudden they start lashing at you, attacking at you. They do all kinds of stuff to kind of bring you back down, or subdue you back into the mold or situation they want you in. And they keep going and they keep going and they keep attacking. And they'll keep attacking until they feel that they have found a new victim, a new person to do that with, that because the last person it didn't work with. And I just never understood this. Like, most of us play team sports at a certain point in time, learn teamwork, etc. and so forth. But why do you come into somebody else's life and not look to make things better? And communicate with the person like, hey, what do you need? Not what you believe they need. What do you need? And some people may not be able to tell you, may not be able to quantify it or articulate it. But at least learn the person enough to say, hey, this is what you need. This is what I can offer you, etc. and so forth. And maybe the person can say, hey, this is not what I need right now. This is what I need from you. And it's so crazy to me, because then people will also get offended by what they have to offer, and it's not what you're looking for. Because it's not to be offensive, it's not to be rude, but if I'm looking for oranges and you're giving me apples, it's not me being ungrateful, it's just that's what I need right now. But the fact that people come into people's lives and they just kind of plop there like, okay, take care of me, or do this for me and do that for me, and you're not even working on yourself, it's just bizarre. It's so bizarre. And then we'll call you ungrateful and selfish when you back out of their situation and deal with your own. This is something I've recently just started telling people. And I learned it. I might have learned it on here or watching YouTube or something like that. I don't know. I do a lot of reading. As much as I hate it, I do a lot of reading and learning and researching and stuff. When you take on somebody else's problems, they now become your burden as well. So once that person fails, or if that person fails or something goes wrong, they're going to leave you to deal with the damages or blame you for it. Whereas if you just say, no, you don't want to deal with this, or you don't have time for it, or you can't deal with this, there's nothing that can be said about it, because whatever happens or whatever the outcome is solely based on them. Like, I have a thing when people ask me to do stuff, and I'll tell them exactly how I'm feeling at the time. Like, I'm like, no, not really. I really don't want to do this. Like, and most people take it as a joke, but I'd be dead serious. Like, no, I really don't want to do this, but I'm going to help you out. But I say that in the contingency, like, I really don't want to do this, so the effort I'm giving into it might be all of 40-50%. But this is your journey. This is your path. I don't mind supporting you, but I'm not going to take the reins on it. And, you know, you can find your way of saying things, or just completely saying, no, I don't want to do something, or take on the burden of something for somebody else. But don't let people come into your life and just be a complete hindrance. You're either an investment or you're a bill. That's pretty much how that goes. And I'm not saying the person always has to be at 100%. They always should be helping you. However, they shouldn't be just coming into your life, sucking up your resources and deterring you from your goals month after month, week after week, year after year.